Hey everyone, what's up today? Look, today we're going to cover inspiration versus purpose. Big topic, but let's do a short video and get straight in. So inspiration, you've all felt inspired at some point. You've probably watched a movie or you've heard a song that's like really uplifted you and brought you to a state of feeling like amazing and sort of like opened you up and like made you want to like motivate into something that maybe you didn't quite have before. And you know, inspiration is certainly an emotional experience. It's a felt experience. And like understanding that that's exactly what it is really amazing. But like most emotions, like, you know, it's transient, it doesn't last forever. You know, it's like a peak experience, or like, you know, this is what peak performance is based on. Peak performance is about inspiring you. But like any peak, there's a trough and there's a downward side. And I'm not saying that inspiration is bad, I'm just saying it's good to understand that that's how it works. Now you compare that to something like purpose, and certainly you can have an inspired purpose. And having an inspired purpose is probably the best way to go about it, converting this into this. But a purpose is like an arc of development. It's an arc that can kind of keep growing. And you know, it can start here and it sort of develops over time. And it doesn't necessarily have to have a trough, but by its very nature, because it's emotional and it's like an upliftment, there's going to be a down. You know, whereas an arc can kind of like, it's a steady growth. But it's important to understand that purpose is kind of comes from more of a will. It comes more of a will to do something, a chosen will. And will on its own is actually more of a mental aspect rather than an emotional aspect. And you know, this is how you can bring an inspiration to a place of wisdom, or you know, you can upgrade it and give it some longevity, is by, you know, having that inspiration and learning how to work with it and identify what it is that you've learned in that experience, and then making a choice from that and a will to move forward. But I'm quickly going to break down the three ways that I look at purpose. So the first way is I look at it on a personal level. Like, how am I on the inside? How is my, like, the balance of my psychology? You know, am I walking my path? Am I bettering myself? Am I making myself like a higher grade human being that, you know, is just someone who's really reasonable to be around, you know? And, you know, understanding that, you know, that's really, say, an important thing that we can work on in ourselves. That can be a chosen purpose on the internal. Now, secondly, like purpose, you know, from moment to moment purpose, like what am I doing right here, right now with purpose? You know, like, if I'm someone who's a barista in a cafe, can I serve a coffee with a smile and a genuine will to do good and maybe uplift someone's day by giving something over with a smile, like, hey, have a great day, but doing it genuinely? Could that be my purpose, to share a little bit of light, a little bit of love, you know, and maybe bring a smile to someone else's face? It's not such a bad thing, right? So, or even like, say, doing some finances or studying something with like complete purpose, like I'm choosing to do this, I'm going to eradicate any distraction, I'm going to do this, and you know, by creating that purpose, you tend to sort of like delete randomness, and you have better focused awareness, and you generally get better results at what you do. You're more mindful of what you're doing is really actually important. You place a level of importance on something when you do it with purpose. So that's like your moment-to-moment purpose. You can do that, and you can share that with others, or you can share that with, you know, things that you're actually doing, and you see how that has an onward effect. The third aspect of purpose is kind of understanding the fact that, look, we have a future. The future's, you know, going to unfold behind, you know, for us, and like I can certainly like poise myself right now and have a chosen path of activity and do that with purpose. And so I'm working on myself, and I'm working on how I affect others and the tasks that I'm doing, like moment to moment, I'm doing it with purpose, but I'm also understanding that I can choose a path in the future and create the purpose behind that. So you start moving towards that purpose. And when you start doing that, you're living a life more fulfilled, you know, more in congruence with who you are, but it breeds fulfillment, you know, and you bring more like value to your life. And when you start living a life like that, when you start living a life of sacred purpose, it's not only you that benefits, but those around you get to benefit as well, because you bring more inspiration to their life. And hopefully they can bring that into a sense of their own version of purpose. But look, I'll leave it there. I hope you got some pearls from that. If you want to connect with me, you'll find a link underneath. You know, leave a comment or leave a message if you've got a question. I'm happy to get back to you. Until next time, I'll catch you again soon.